Welcome to the new and improved Infinite Gold Legacy podcast. This is going to be a revamp from our Infinite Gold Life podcast. So if you've been following along, we've hit 50 episodes and we decided to do a transition.
Yeah. Hey, I think that's a good spot to do a transition after our first 50 episodes. Now the next 50 and on are going to be Infinite Gold Legacy.
Boom.
Boom.
Way better. So, babe, why are we switching from Infinite Gold Life to Infinite Gold Legacy?
Well, I'm just going to come straight out with it. The soft approach was not fucking it.
Nope. It wasn't working.
Cue the F-bombs. We're setting the fucks free this year. I think we both realized that, people that really actually are going to do the work and want the help, the soft approach is not it. The soft approach is not working, and they're less responsive and receptive to it. Whereas it's like we need a stronger tone. I wanted to say harsh, but not necessarily harsh. A stronger tone. Like, for example, I like listening to Andy Frisella.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tougher tone. That's a stronger tone. And more people listen to him because of that.
Mm-hmm.
I know I do, because listening to somebody who's soft and let's, make paper butterflies and all this shit. That's not it. Like, the softer approach isn't it.
I think you kind of actually hit the nail on the head with that one. Is you said you listen to more of Andy Frisella because of what he says and how he does it.
Mm-hmm.
So in turn, what that kind of alluded to is we had a podcast, Infinite Gold Life, where we were trying to, show that you need to have, an infinite gold life. You need to have infinite gold of everything, not just money, but your life in general. But what we were doing is we are having more of a soft approach, and that's not who we are. So what that ended up being is we weren't as authentic,
right?
As
we weren't
could have
showing up the way that we should have.
Exactly. And it's not that we weren't showing up as us. We just weren't the exact person we are. We kind of toned things down because we thought that's what people wanted. We thought that's what the algorithm, that's what Instagram, that's what YouTube, that's what all of it wanted. But in turn, we weren't being fully true to ourselves, which is more of the harsher tone, more of the, do you actually want to get shit done, or do you just want to have roses and rainbows and butterflies out there?
Yeah, it was the make you feel good, make you feel better kind of mode, and we're not trying to make you feel better. We're here to make you take action and get shit done.
Yeah. Do you want to be irreplaceable, or do you just want to be a person who's around and there? Which one do you want to be? That's kind of what it is. One of the things that we're going to be talking about a lot that we kind of realized from last year is this idea of the placeholder era. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people who are just a placeholder. They're just there. They could be replaced very easily. So if you're that CEO and you're just
riding the waves,
you are replaceable.
Yeah.
You can be replaced at any given moment. If you are so heavily into your business and you're not at home, well, if you were gone, are you easily replaceable? It's a harsh truth, but it is what it is.
Yeah, and you could be replaced in either space.
At any time, unfortunately. We're here to build a legacy. We're here so years from now, when unfortunately you pass away and you die, because it's inevitable. Everybody is going to do it.
There is a start and finish to life.
Mm-hmm.
And the finish of life is dying.
So do you want to be easily replaceable then? Or do you want your legacy to live on? Do you want your family's legacy to live on? And this doesn't have to do with, oh, I left my family, $100 million. Cool. But if that's it, that's not a legacy.
Yeah. That's just a bank account. Like, yes, that's important, but that's just a bank account.
Exactly. So the idea is Infinite Gold Legacy is we're going to be pushing you to the brink of what you don't like, what you don't want to hear. We're going to push you to face realities that are going on in our lives and that are probably going on in your life. We're going to give you tactics, the tools that are going to help you get to that next level or get those dreams that you want, or create that legacy that we all deep down want. If you say that you don't want to have a legacy, you're completely full of shit. You're lying. That's
for the average.
But even the average person still wants a legacy. Deep down, everybody wants to have a legacy. Everybody wants their last name on a billboard. They want their last name on a building. They want their last name somewhere. They want that. Whether or not they're going to come out and say it, they truly deep down want it.
Yeah.
They want the authority. They want the notoriety.
Just not that bad because they haven't done anything about it, or they're too afraid to.
Now that's
which I think
where it comes in.
which I think that's bullshit, because what are you afraid of?
Mm-hmm. That's exactly it. So one of the things that we're changing up is we are doing a coach or a call once a week where it was just Bree or I or us together. And then we are bringing an expert on, and we're completely revamping it. And so Mondays, we're going to have Mompreneur Mondays. And go ahead and explain that a little bit.
Yeah. So I'm going to be going in and talking about basically how we're marrying the motherhood of life and your CEO part of life, and blending the two, and how to make them harmoniously exist, because Lord knows doing those jobs individually is hard enough and a lot of fucking work as it is. But doing the two together, it's doable, but you have to do it tactfully.
Ooh, that's good.
And in the process, I think a lot of moms think that, while they're trying to be mom at home, but they're also trying to run their business and be CEO, they're worried that their legacy isn't going to be what it is, or they're worried that their identity is going to be left behind and forgotten, swept under the rug. To compromise, it's being compromised in order to build your legacy, and that's completely false.
Mm-hmm.
Your identity ties into your legacy.
Ooh,
and you have to embrace
that's
that.
good. So you're going to want to tune in every single Monday. You're going to get great information on it. And a lot of that stuff also is going to still be beneficial for men as well. So like the stuff that she's talking about, still being the mother at home and being the CEO. So it's the same thing. So if you're a CEO as a man and you're coming home as a father, you still have that disconnect sometimes, and we need to make sure that they're interconnected. Also, by listening to the show, you're going to hear what women are going through. You're going to hear what your wife might be going through, what your girlfriend might be going through, if they're also trying to balance those things, so you can better support them. And then that leads us into Tactical Tuesday. So Tactical Tuesday, I'm going to be hosting, and it's exactly what it sounds. We're going to give you the tactics that you need to implement in your business, in your personal life, with your family, your vitality, your community. These tactics you need to be the man that you were put on this earth to be. If you want to be that CEO that shows up for your business, you need to be that CEO that also shows up for your family, that shows up for your friends, that shows up for your community. You can't be this one person who, I made, $10 million last year. That's cool. Your family doesn't even know who you are. They don't even know you exist. Your community doesn't even know who you are. They know you because you're that guy that made $10 million last year and runs some company. That's it. Where's the charity work you're doing? Where's the other work you're doing outside of work? That's where we're going to give you those tactics and tools to allow you to be able to be in, quote unquote, multiple places at the same time. A lot of the things that we've talked about in previous episodes, we're going to continue to talk about, is presence. Mm-hmm. Where are you? Are you at work? Cool. Is that all you're thinking about? Is that all you're doing? When you're at home, is that all you're thinking about? And is that all you're doing? If you're trying to do family life while at work, your work's going to suffer. If you're trying to do work stuff while at home, your family is going to suffer. If you're, at your kid's baseball game, but you're answering your phone the entire time, if you're texting the entire time and you're doing work, well, your kid, for one, knows it. Trust me. If you think that they're not looking over at you to see if you're paying attention, if they see that you saw them make that hit or do something, they 100% are. Or they see you walking around the field with your phone to your ear. Mm-hmm. They see it. Same thing at home. We've both been guilty of this, where
we've been caught by Jackson.
We've been caught by Jackson. Like there was a time last year where we both realized that we were on our phones way too much, because Jackson had a play phone that he wanted to use and walk around with all the time. And we're like, why is he doing this? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's because
we see him and he's doing this and he's like doing this. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
He is like talking to my friends. I'm like, oh, I'm like, you're 4, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You're 4. And then Sissy started doing it, and she's 2.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, something's got to change. We've got to shift something. And I don't know, do we got to be more discreet? Like if we got to handle business, we say, hey, like we be in the office.
Correct.
Be in the office.
That's
because
what I started doing.
That's where we do business work. I know it's easier for us to sometimes sit at the dinner table and like while we're having breakfast and doing something on our phone for work. But then they see that we're not 100% present with them at the table.
Yep.
And they think like, oh, well, mom and dad could play on their phones. I could play with my toy at the table.
Yeah.
And do all the things.
Exactly. So again, with Tactical Tuesday, we're going to provide you those tactics so that way you can be more present. You could be more aligned with all avenues of your life. And again, this is going to be, beneficial for women as well. They're going to have those tactics that they need for being that mom, also being that CEO, and having the ability, or they'll know that, because I'm gonna provide you all the struggles, all the turmoils that I also go through. So then women and mothers are going to be able to see the side of, why is my husband maybe not present as much right now? Why is he disconnected? Okay, there might have been something at work. Does he need that time and that space to give him, 20 minutes the second he got home from work? Does he need to go for the walk? Does he need to just decompress real quick so that way he can be present with the family? And we're going to give you all of that stuff.
Yeah. And like you were saying, how it'd be beneficial for the women to listen to your Tactical Tuesdays. I think it's goes the same way for men to listen to Mompreneur Mondays, because then they can look through a different lens and understand what their wife is going through.
She forgot that I already said that, but it's okay.
Well, I'm reiterating in case somebody missed it. Okay.
Yes. And then Fridays we're gonna have Forensics Friday, and what that is we're literally gonna deep dive into other power couples. What are they doing? Are they doing things well in business? Are they not doing things well at home? Are they doing well at home and maybe business, but they're not doing well in their vitality and their health? And what's their community look like? As you know, we teach based off of the infinity model that is produced by the Final Percent. And the reason we teach on the infinity model is because your personal mindset, your professional business, your vitality, which is your health, and your community, they're all interconnected. So if you're lacking in one of them, it's going to affect other avenues. If you're over, producing and over pushing one side, you might be lacking and or creating a leak and neglecting in another one. One of the biggest things that we also changed is not necessarily like our hashtags at the end, but kind of like what we're all about. And one of the biggest one is kill the drift. A lot of people, especially in 2025, as you know, is the year of the snake, and a lot of people were just drifting. They were just kind of slithering around. They weren't necessarily pushing in something, and they weren't necessarily like pushing hard for their dreams, their goals. A lot of people became stagnant. A lot of people, maybe even the word we also hate is complacency. A lot of people were complacent. I
got there.
Yeah, people.
We're being complete. If we're being like fully on the table, like that was me last year.
Yeah, there was avenues.
I made some progress, but nothing that was really filled with momentum and carrying me forward. I got stuck and I sat still for a bit.
I think what it was is you made so much growth in 2024, and you made so much growth at the beginning of 2025 that you became okay with that growth. And not necessarily like
I settled with what I settled with what I had accomplished already and felt good about it. But then realizing now, like after, the end of 2025 and going in now into 2026, realizing, well, that's not enough. The growth doesn't stop there, and I'm unsatisfied. And I am unfulfilled by it.
Yeah, and you've all heard the saying, if you're not growing, you're dying. It's 100% the truth. In law enforcement, we have, and this is any first responder military, is complacency kills. It's a statement that we always use. And if you're being complacent in your business is eventually going to falter. If you're being complacent at home, eventually your home life is going to falter. You become complacent in your health, it's going to falter. It's hard to live the life that you want to live as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as a family man, woman, and have good health and a strong community. It's hard because you're balancing so many different things. And this is why we don't use the word balance, because you can't be balanced in all of those avenues. What you need to do is you need to be aligned. So if you're at the gym, you are working out. You're not doing anything else. If you're at home, you're at home. You're not doing something else. If you're at work, you're doing work stuff. You're not doing other things. And we're going to be able to help couples. We're going to be able to help, the individual people, and follow along, because we're going to provide you with the raw vulnerability that we went through in 2025 and why we're changing things up for 2026. 2026 is the year of the horse, and specifically it's the year of the fire horse. So if you're ready to take shit up to the next notch, if you're ready to, put them boots on and, jump on the horse and take your life to the next level, you need to follow along. You need to share this with anybody that you think is going to benefit from it. And if you don't even know if they're going to benefit from it, you need to share it anyways. We were talking about Andy earlier. He says it, don't be a hoe and share the show. Like, if you're going to get benefit from this, you need to share the show. You can go share and listen to Andy's show as well. We highly recommend it.
Definitely recommend it.
But follow along. You're going to get the vulnerability from us. You're going to get the tactics. You're going to get the tools. And we're still an open book. So we get questions all the time as to what we're going through and why we're going through it. And if you have those questions, feel free to reach out to us on Instagram. We're
like the easiest people to talk to.
Really. Yeah, we're a little hard-nosed, but it's because we want the best for you. We truly want you to reach those dreams and goals you have. So we're going to tell you that, for starters, we're not going to lie to you and say it's easy, because it's not. And anybody who tries to say entrepreneur life is easy,
they're lying to you. They were smoking something.
Yeah. We're here to help you out. We're here to grow with you, not just us and not just you. We're all growing together, and it's going to be an amazing 2026.
Saddle the fuck up, bitches.
Exactly. Claim your power, and let's secure your legacy for future generations to come.
Amen.
All right. We'll catch you guys on the next episode. Mompreneur coming up.